after I do. Like I remember there was a DJ and he was charging people several $100s. He was a touring DJ and he would say, "Pay me, and I'm gonna play your record at these venues, at these parties, at this, at this that." And he's showing himself with fancy watches on, crazy cars, this, that, and the third. But I didn't see one artist testimonial that went, "Yo, salute, you helped me get X amount of followers, X amount of streams." But people were steady in his inbox, like, he would put a call to action, call message such and such and such. If you trying to I got 20 slots. I got 20 slots. I'm gonna do on this tour. Message me if you're an artist and you trying to. And people would message the word, and I'm like, bro, the dude is just flexing money in cars. He's showing. That's what I'd be thinking. He's showing, and a lot of people who do these services are showing that, hey, you're going to pay for my lifestyle. I'm charging you this not because of how much the service is worth. I'm charging you this because you're going to pay for my lifestyle. You're going to pay for my overhead, the car I drive, the house that I rent, or the apartment that I rent to try to make you believe a certain thing. You're going to pay for that.
Right.
So that's why the services are X amount, where they really should be priced here based off the value they provide. But I'm gonna charge you X because I have all this overhead. That's something that I think in our culture we have to be careful, because we have to be careful of. And I never wanted to, I never wanted to get pigeonholed. Like I see people that come up with Instagram courses, and I'm just like, you know what? The lack of foresight, because what if Instagram is no longer the popping thing, and you're teaching people strictly about Instagram instead of teaching them about a principle of marketing or a principle of social media? And I'm like, you charge X for a course that's strictly about Instagram, but then TikTok comes along, and now TikTok is judging off of content, and people are going viral, on accident. And now they get brand deals on TikTok. That kind of steps on somebody's point about IG. So that's what I just think I think in our culture, a lot of the flexing leads, bro. Like niggas like flexing, and people like to see people who flex for some odd reason. That does not mean they're going to. That does not mean that they're more trustworthy. I feel like you said it's an insult. It's an insult because I remember meeting with a guy, bro, meeting with a dude. Um, the dude who I talked to, he was trying to join my course. It was a guy. He's in Charlotte. He's caked up, black guy, older, multi-millionaire, and he was like, basically, he tried to big dog it. It was like, before you even meet with me, I'm gonna have you meet with my guy who does all my finance stuff.
Right.
I met with this dude, cool dude, older guy. We met in a bar. We start talking. Right, we met in like a cigar shop, not a bar. And we met in a cigar shop, and he was like, "All right." The first thing he said, he got bread. He was like, "Have you ever made somebody $250,000 in a year?" And I was like, "Ooh, nah, not yet." He's like, so he started asking me certain
I like
prices.
that answer.
Huh?
I like that answer, by the way.
Yeah. I said, yeah,
Not
not
yet.
yet. Yeah. And he was like, okay. He was like, well, have you ever made somebody X amount? And so then he found out what I helped people make. I was like, I helped people reach 5 figures in a month that had no experience, and I helped them do that within like 6 months. He's like, okay. So he showed me a chart. He got into the knowledge portion. He showed me a chart and said, okay, what would you tell your clients or your students to do in this situation right here? And I gave him the right answer. And he was like, bet, all right, that's all I need to know. So what you want to drink? I got to get a cigar on me, get drinks on me. We done talking about that. It's a wrap. It wasn't, I had to flex, I had to wear this, I had to rock that. It wasn't none of that. I knew what I was talking about.
Bro, that sound like that that Chris Brickley situation when Phil Jackson fired everybody except him.
Yeah.
You remember that story?
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, "What are the three?" That sound like that exact same thing. Like
And
this is
it's
a guy that has no coaching experience. Oh, great analogy, but he's developing your players, and all of your players rock with him for some reason,
yeah,
and that's who
yeah.
you kept over
All of the
all the head coaches that played in the
decorated coaches.
NBA. You kept the dude that only played that came off the bench of a D1 and never played pro.
Here, here's a question. So